EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today we've got what's always a hard-hitting battle in the NFC North, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaunt and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Soldier Field. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. In motion, the tight end. To throw, Williams. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick six, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
So excellent starting position here for the Vikings. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And when you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays, because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again. With a big punch later, maybe they're just trying to set him up.
There's a 2nd and 9 from the 29. On the ground again, it's Mason. And he is going to lose yardage here. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Murray. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam, because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
For the field goal, a 48-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score with this. You got to put out the fire. In fact, 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and he just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Williams. And this one is incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance, because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here comes the Bears punter now. Back deep for the Vikings, Miles Price. On the punt, return of 4. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. The drive begins with Mason. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll run again with Mason. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up fourth down.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over. Looking to put a drive together. Off the bootleg, it's Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
2 yards on the.
That's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Price now to return. We'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start with a run by Mason. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That's another Vikings first down. A gain of 7.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Mason. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. A quick throw there is incomplete.
They did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He'll try and do this himself. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
First down. 1st and goal.
Oh, Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Jordan Mason. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come and have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now for the point after.
Up for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
That's the score. Vikings 10.
That time a 9-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To the air, Williams. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Williams. That's complete to his rookie 2nd-round pick. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
17 yards. And the Bears 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. Play action. Now Williams. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Williams. They'll try to pick it up himself. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
First down.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a first down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and 3. To the left side, he's got his tight end Loveland. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Williams. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Luther Burden, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Vikings head out to take over once again. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Now Murray off play action. Open man, that's Felton. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Jefferson going to go in motion right. Now Murray. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. Down to the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 51 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Well, I was the one trying to chase.
No, number 2, they'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. In motion goes the tight end. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from 28. Looking to throw is Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. Yeah, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare 1st down.
We can talk all we want. They're back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in the zone.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
2nd and 14. And that's caught inside the 30. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A gain of 39 that time.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
That's caught left side, Burden. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Back to the running game with stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Working out of the gun, Williams. Pass caught right side by Loveland. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Swift. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They try to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal. They were stopped last time from the 1. Now here's another try on 3rd and goal. They give it off here to the tight end. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop it right where it all started. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Santos' kick is up and through. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 35-yard line.
A final shot before half from Murray. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
Yeah, nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 31-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Now he'll tuck this and run. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground.
13 yards on the play.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Running left, Mason. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Throwing now is Murray. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's got this down to the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
And he will find his man on the outside. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This Mason going to get it on 1st down. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll go again with Mason.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Here's Murray. Complete. Jefferson to target. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And the Vikings, 1st down.
It's interesting how we label routes. You know, some people might call this a hitch. For me, a hitch is a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, about 1 to 3 yards deep. A lot of people might call this a dig route, going this deep on a 3rd and 7 to pick up the 1st down. Others just call it a stick route. Get to the right point, stick in that spot, and let them hit you with a pass. No matter what, they did pick up the 1st down.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
They run it with Mason. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. They were held out last time. Here now is 3rd and goal from the 1. He'll try again. And this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown, Vikings. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point attempt to follow here.
Extra point.
And the lead is up to 14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he returns this to 2. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
To throw, Williams. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. The throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They'll run the draw here with Swift. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense conversion up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Williams. He'll try and do this himself. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Called for right on the 11-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Starting the drive with Mason on the ground. And managed to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. He'll be second down.
Start here in the third quarter, which is trying to the game down. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, you gotta get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. They'll hand it to Mason. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Murray going to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now from Murray. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now that's a killer, because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. To the right goes Mason. Down to the 42, 2nd down. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second down at 6 now from the 42. To throw, it's Murray. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Murray now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 21. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
First down. A gain of 21 yards. First down, Vikings.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On the give, it's Mason. A little juke. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Mason, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Oh, a dangerous return there. It's out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. To the air, Williams. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. That'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Waste of time.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing is Williams. To the left side into the hands of Adunze. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 44 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Pass complete to Loveland. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
30-40 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make...
Williams loses the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Under pressure, they got him again. And that'll bring up fourth down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
They have to make plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Looking to put a drive together. The drive begins with Mason. And he'll get it out to midfield. Right in midfield. 68 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the run is Mason. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the up. Lead will hold 3 touchdowns.
Everything looked good. Good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Chicago offense set to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But teams like to do something at the end to feel a bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. To throw, it's Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Williams. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
2nd down and a yard. Looking to throw. Williams. One last shot at the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
One shot. Look to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think the last points of the game?
No. What a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they had to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a way to close them out.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.